So your new GoSpeed just showed up at your house and you're trying to figure out how to put it together. This is like the perfect video for you. But before we get into it, let's see what's inside that box. A 15mm wrench, a 10 and 8mm wrench, 4mm and 5mm Allen keys, a pair of pedals, one labeled for the right side and one labeled for the left side, removable front light, removable battery, battery charger, a seat, 2 keys, a quick release assembly, the GoSpeed owner manual, the GoSpeed owner's pamphlet, and a bike. Obviously there's a bike in there. The owner's pamphlet also shows you how to register your bike by using the serial number located on either the box, the down tube, or the head tube. Now it's time to get to work. Grab something sharp and start cutting. When cutting the zip ties, be careful not to scratch the bike or cut any of the electrical cables. To keep everything nice and tidy, you can put the packing materials inside the box. Let's start the assembly process. When shipped, the stem will be turned, pointed towards the back of the bike. Using the 4mm Allen key, loosen the bolts until you can easily rotate the stem to the front. Make sure the stem is pointing straight forward. Using the 5mm Allen key, set the stem in between the limits. Don't worry, we can come back and adjust that later. With the 4mm Allen key, remove the faceplate and install the handlebars. When tightening down the faceplate, remember to utilize an X pattern for an even distribution. Remove the protective covering from the front wheel. Remove the front fork guard. Remove the nut and spring from the quick release assembly. When installing the quick release, make sure that the small side of the springs are facing the wheel. Insert the quick release through the axle and loosely thread the nut on the other side. When doing so, try to avoid touching the disc brake. Lift the front forks so they're directly on top of the axle. Before you bring down the front forks, make sure the discs and the pads are aligned. Once the front fork is seated, tighten down the nut till the quick release lever flips into place, holding the front fork secure. Make sure to tighten this down securely so the front tire does not wobble. To install the seat, slide the seat post down into the seat post tube and tighten until secure. When installing the pedals, make sure to identify if it is the left or the right pedal. Both pedals are reverse threaded, so they'll tighten when turned towards the front wheel. Start threading the pedals by hand, tightening them off with a 15mm wrench. Once installed, the pedal should rotate freely. Repeat the same steps for the opposite side. To install the light, remove the front attachment bolt with a 4mm Allen key. Utilize the 10mm wrench for the back nut. Hand tighten until the light sits firmly in place. When installing the front light, line up the 2 front arrows, press them straight together, no twisting. This is to avoid damaging any of the fragile parts inside. When looking at the battery track, you'll notice 3 brackets. Those correspond with the 3 brackets on the battery. Line up the battery into the correct position and slide it down until the battery is fully seated. To secure the battery, use the provided key. Before your first ride, make sure that everything's tight and your brakes are functioning properly. Here are some quick tips to get you on the road. First things first, make sure your battery is switched on. Hold down the middle button until the display turns on. You can use the up arrow button to raise pedal assist levels. Pedal assist levels range from 0 to 5. You can use the down button to lower pedal assist levels. To use the throttle, make sure the throttle safety button is pressed. To engage the pedal assist, just pedal forward. Make sure your tire is straight before takeoff and enjoy the ride.